So before I dive into some of the other topics that I learned on esports this past week, and in this module, I'd like to touch up on what Michael Aguilar said in his TikTok at the beginning. I thought it was interesting how he mentioned how esport athletes couldn't fit in, and that they had a hard time fitting into conversation with others because they're esport athletes. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're not an athlete," that kind of stuff. But even though they're often looked down upon, like he said, you don't have to hide anymore. A lot of the population thinks that esport athletes are, if not just as entertaining as regular athletes. In fact, in the last discussion, we talked about how esports have gained more traction due to COVID since, well, more than sports have. So I thought it was kind of good how he talked about esport athletes coming out of hiding and accepting who they are because people don't really care as much about the image associated with esport athletes anymore. They want to see what you can do, just like any other athlete. They're looking to see your performance. The whole nerd thing, everybody's gotten over that. It's just performance. The next thing that I thought was interesting was when Dr. Valeska started talking about the opportunities that esport athletes have now due to esport athlete programs or esport programs being nationwide. Like we heard, there was not but 15 years ago, there were only 5, 10 esports programs across the country. And now there's talking about 250 esports programs nationwide. So, they're in 5 years, they're going to have their own March Madness with the same amount of viewership, and yeah, if they don't already do. But I thought it was pretty cool to see that esport athletes can receive full scholarships. They're given the same opportunities that us actual athletes are. Actual athletes, as in real sport athletes, esport athletes. Credit to what they do. I couldn't look at a monitor screen for probably more than 2 hours, so I respect their grind. Another thing I thought was cool was their ability to build these facilities for these esport athletes. Everybody knows that regular athletes receive weight room facilities, trainers, their actual facility, the whole 9 yards. And these esport athletes are starting to receive the same thing. You see that they have massage rooms, and they have, the chairs. Granted, the chairs are expected because they're sitting in them for long hours. But you name it, they've pretty much got it in their locker room / facility. But lastly, I'd like to talk about how esport athletes have, like Michael Aguilar said, they've been looked down upon, and I don't think they should anymore. They can come out of hiding and enjoy themselves because we enjoy watching. I thought this was pretty interesting. So.